Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this Sunday, September 1st, the first day of September 2024. Yesterday, got a little too much sun on the face and on the nose. Was walking around Santa Monica and Venice Beach. Today, going to be heading over to the Puente Hills Mall, also known as the Back to the Future Mall, which yesterday, while I was cruising up and down the beach, reading online, started becoming pretty popular on the interwebs that mall is going to be closing and a developer has purchased the land, meaning possible other businesses and or probably condos, apartments, things like that. Which means that a pivotal filming location in my all-time favorite movie, any child of the 80s, even though I was born in 74, is 11 years old when I first saw Back to the Future, knows and loves that film, and many moments took place. Beginning of the film, end of the film, it's going to be erased. Most likely, possibly, good percentage of a fact, it's going to be erased from existence. So I'm going to head over there and check it out. It might be the last time seeing that parking lot before it's gone. I hope it's not going to be removed, but there's a pretty good chance if developers have kind of reared their head now. Join me, shall you? And I've showed this many times, and I'm going to show it again. Cannot blame Biff for this one. This is almost more like a Goonies plot where the developers were going to take over the place. This is the staircase here. Biff's Casino. Yeah, I can't blame this one on Biff. This is right here in the hotel I'm staying at. Shout out to Justin Scard, who discovered this many, many years ago before anyone knew about it. He was the first one to discover it, and love staying in this hotel, and I always park my car right next to this section here. I walked into P2, and you look up at P1, and that's where Marty ran down, went over the edge, jumped back over, and went up that door. And Biff came out of that door right over there. Yeah, it's like more like a Goonies plot where the developers are taking over. Also, Goonies turns 40 next year also. Back to the Future and Goonies, two of my favorites. Now, this has been a pretty desolate mall for a while now. It has remained open with a couple of stores, but most of the main stores closed many years ago. Last few times I've been in here, drastically empty. But you could just see what prime real estate this would all be out here. So I'm going to go around the other side to the main spot, most recognizable from the Back to the Future films. What'll ever happen to the little bus depot over here if all this turns into condos? Well, that's the hill right there in the film that the Libyans are driving down. There's the 24-hour fitness. There's the famous hill that Marty skateboards down. I have a lot of memories here at this mall. When I first visited California for the very first time, I believe it was 2012? 2012, I'm gonna say. This was the first spot. Cabazon Dinosaurs, Disneyland, and the Puente Hills Mall that I stopped off at. The movie holds a special place in my heart, and even though I'm not wearing an appropriate t-shirt, I do have an appropriate tattoo here, all around my leg. Full-on tattoo action there with the Crocs. So I am noticing that the soup plantation looks like it's going to be torn down. They've actually started putting things in the road here, which I am taking to mean that something, a little construction is going to be happening. Also, I miss soup plantation a lot. Sweet tomato soup plantation, depending what coast you're on. I've eaten it here many times. It used to be something else and then changed to a soup plantation, and I would eat here every time I would visit the Back to the Future Mall. I've probably been to this mall, I just stepped on a stick, over 100 times in my life. And the fact that there's a possibility that it's going to be bulldozed is kind of mind-blowing. In fact, on more than one occasion, I would sit right there, that window, the soup plantation, get the table by the window so you could look at this, and I would eat my salad and soup and potatoes and things, and I would say, I'm sitting here eating a delicious meal, watching cars go up and down where Marty either ran or skateboarded, depending on what section of the first or beginning or ending of the film when you're watching it. At the beginning, he skateboards down. At the end, he runs down. I thought it was always a cool thing to be sitting there eating while looking at this. The We're Going Back festivities of 2015. Remember that very well. Also, happens right over here. Then they had the Twin Pines Mall sign, which there is they recreated it for the We're Going Back. They placed it right here just like it was in the film. It is now, or was, inside. Stood at this spot many times. Oh my gosh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I always say the Cybertrucks look like DeLoreans. There's a freaking Cybertruck out here. And I've covered the location so many times, I won't be doing any detailed stuff like that, but obviously Doc's van was right there. DeLorean first makes his appearance right there. DeLorean first gets up on screen up to 88 right here in this parking lot. Basically, in the same spot where he's parked. He's pretty much in the same exact spot, maybe even unbeknownst to him, he's in the same spot as where the DeLorean, when it came across the flames in the parking lot, and then right here is the spot where Doc and Marty were standing. He probably doesn't even realize that. I hope he realizes it. How weird, right? I just met a couple people who stopped off. They heard the news yesterday, said, oh, we're in the area. We got to go by and see, just in case. Now, this could be sitting here like this for 6 more months. There's no telling how long it takes for wheels to get going, but the announcement was made yesterday. They thought it was interesting, too, that there's a Cybertruck right over there sitting in the same spot where the DeLorean would have been, but they did say the sign was still inside. The recreation from the We're Going Back 2015 that they had up there is still inside. So I'm gonna do a little inside tour of the mall, because the mall is gonna be no more. So this sight line, if this is all torn down, which I'm just going to assume, let's just assume it's going to be, will all be gone. They're not gonna reuse all this. This is very iconic. Behind Chris Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, you see this building very prominently behind him when Chris Lloyd has the remote control for the car. Got the Ross Dress for Less there, the Beauty Center. There is a sushi and seafood buffet, which I believe last time I was here was already closed up. I've eaten there a couple times, years ago, before it closed. But heading in, which might be one of the last times ever that I'm stepping foot inside here, of the Puente Hills Mall, aka the Back to the Future Mall. But yeah, it's all boarded up right there. But the chairs there, this says sorry, section closed. Current hours right now anyway. And these aren't even correct, because I think the mall didn't even open until noon today, so those have already been adjusted a little bit. Okay, yeah, so sushi place still closed. Navy Career Center. Here's a layout of the land. I do not know how many of these places are still open. Kind of in the mood for a coffee. Maybe find an open coffee place. Back to the Future is a big part of my life. It's my favorite movie ever. So seeing the locations the first time I came to California, especially this one being probably the first of all of them, I think, that I saw. So I stopped by Pee-wee's Big Adventure Dinosaurs when I was coming into California. I stopped off here as my first Back to the Future filming location. It was just sad. But they did not film any of the movie inside here. They filmed no interiors in here. However, they did film the whole exterior outside, which was, become very iconic. Wow. Look at this, man. Empty. It's been empty for a while. I can't even tell you how many videos I've done. There was, during 2015, they had a DeLorean in this little centerpiece up here. They had DeLorean in there. They had the sign outside. Looks like every store is closed up now. This store is closed. Remember when all these were open? Here it is. Here's the sign. What's going to happen to this? Like, what is going to happen to this? Again, this is not screen used. Used specifically and made for the event in 2015, but whoever gets to keep this is pretty lucky. Yeah, I have a photo somewhere. I don't even know where it would be. Gone through so many phones since 2015 of me leaning against that when it was up on the top of the parking lot. And now there it is in all its glory. What will happen to that when the bulldozers pull in here? Hopefully somebody gets that. Yeah, it's about to be reinvented for sure, if you want to use that word. There was an Auntie Anne's over there that was open, even though it was empty last time I was in here, but that was open. But now, it's a ghost town. Customer information, no one at the booth. I don't know if there's really any information to give out with the customer information. There's a Ross. There is an open Ross over here, though. So many of these empty malls all across the U.S., and it's finally happened to the Back to the Future Mall with an announcement. I mean, it was inevitable. I knew it was coming, but still weird to see the announcement. Well, you got a couple of little relaxation chairs right here, massage chairs. There's a Wetzel's Pretzels. There is still an AMC, so curious what's going to happen to the movie theater. Now, the escalator next to me is working. However, the escalator I'm on, not working. Oh, okay, going up to where the food court was. Here on this level. I don't think there's anything even open up here on the food court. There's not. Not one food court option open. Okay, I take that back. There's one over on the other side. Little taco place here. Closed under new management and new menu. Probably not happening. Oh, there is one place. A Mongolian grill place over there. Still happening right now. Look how retro this tile work is. I love this though. This is like something out of Stranger Things, like 80s style. Now this is temporarily closed due to repairs being completed. There might be more to the story than that. Now this store closed way back on January 7th, so the wheels have already been in motion. So you just think even like the little vendors down here that have the booths, those are going to go away as well. Now I was talking to the lady at the Mongolian barbecue place. She was saying she's been here for 21 years. I was really hoping, she said, that all the other tenants in the food court have completely cleared out. And she was just crossing her fingers. And I said, have they made an announcement? And she goes, maybe, maybe not. So I don't think she really wanted to say, but just judging on walking around and seeing all the stores that are completely empty, and there are a few that have clearance signs, 50, 60, 70% off clearance signs, which is kind of leading me to believe that all the stores are going to be closing down. If I did not see the clearance signs, I would think that maybe there was a possibility that they were going to like repurpose into some sort of other shopping center or some sort of shopping development. But evidently some of the other stores have gotten word, and the ones that are still remaining, which aren't few, are already starting to put in the signage up and start to clearance things out. But I couldn't get an answer. All right, I ended up going in a couple stores while I was in. There's only, like I said, there's only a few more still open. But one of them was a toy store. Had a bunch of different collectibles and things, and I ended up forgetting they had a part 2 and a part 3 DeLorean from Back to the Future, but they also had a part 1 DeLorean from Back to the Future. They only had one of the part 1s left, which was a miniature scale, so I decided to go ahead and grab it because how many times, might be the last time I'd ever be able to purchase anything. Also, while I was in there, I asked the employee at the shop and when they knew they had to be out by, and he was kind of hazy on the details too, so I'm guessing none of the people would really even know, or maybe they haven't been alerted yet. I was talking about you earlier. I was mentioning you earlier.
I'm just here to post flyers. I'll show you my flyer in a minute.
You got some part 2 DeLoreans.
We got part 3 DeLoreans.
Oh, you got part 3
right here. One of them's for you.
Thank you.
For your 50th birthday.
Oh, that was 3 weeks ago. What? That's the broken one.
That's the one
right
for
there.
you. You can either have the train track one or the tire one. Part 3.
Okay, I'll choose. But I got this.
I can't believe I dropped that on camera.
And you also brought a remote control DeLorean.
Yes.
So we could recreate some scenes.
It's time to go back.
Let's see what you said about time.
To the future.
Also, it was very ironic that one of the closing stores in there was a watch company.
It did feel, yes, and it did feel a little bit like time traveling, just walking around a mall with 80s music playing, and you're like, oh, this.
They were playing Huey in there. They didn't play any of the songs from Back to the Future, but they played
Northern Towns,
Part of Rock and Roll, Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Also, I said I've had probably 100 memories here. One of the major was in 2016 when I moved out of Orange County, California. Justin and I did a meetup in the parking lot over here. And it was just as hot as it is now, standing in the sun for about 5 hours.
It was pretty bad.
There really is a flyer.
Yeah. See, I put up the flyer. So hopefully somebody can help me.
You did not really put this there.
No, I didn't, but I saw it on the way in, and I was like, no, I wish I did. I wish I thought of that first.
So $40, I ended up purchasing a part 1. I think I might have one of these. I don't have one of them in the box though. But I ended up, this one has the November 5th, 1955 emblem down in there. It also has the conducting hook. Not the part 2, does not have Mr. Fusion, even though I guess at the end of part 1, Mr. Fusion made an appearance, but all of part 1 was just the conducting hook version. I think I'm gonna leave this in the box because Justin brought a remote control DeLorean. So there it is. First thing we're gonna do is go drive it in front of a Twin Pines Mall thing inside there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Hopefully we don't lose it, dude. Hopefully it doesn't go back in time.
Great Scott. I should also mention that the reason Justin and I became friends is because of Back to the Future.
Yep.
Because you were the filming location guy for all the Back to the Future movies. I found an old website you used to have.
Yeah.
Hit you up. Realized you were also in a punk rock band. My punk rock band toured with your punk rock band.
So weird too, because you said, oh, I saw a little link on a hidden little page on the website led to your band. I was like, I thought I kept it under wraps.
And I found it. I don't know how, but I found you.
I don't know how, but you found me.
So because of this parking lot in this movie, we're friends now.
That's the first thing we did too.
Weird?
When you got to California the first time, we're like, dude, the mall. We came out here. Hey, this is where you met Video Bob too.
We met Video Bob Mosley, buddy of mine from
out
Vegas.
He's friends with you now. He has no idea who I am. Hi, Video Bob.
He probably knows who you are.
He has no clue.
You think he'll probably watch this video and say hi?
He has no clue.
But he was out here with one of his DeLoreans. That was back when they would kick you out of the mall parking lot.
And they were trying to kick him out.
Yeah, and us.
And then they brought another guy with a mystery machine. Remember they were doing the car chase with a mystery. I think you had a video of that.
Right out there. Somewhere there's a video of it. Yeah.
Dude.
Video Bob.
Video Bob.
There's so many memories here.
There are, dude. We're gonna make some more.
Let's go drive that thing in front. Let's go drive that thing in front of the Twin Pines Mall.
No cars in the mall. Dude, I've been kicked out of a lot of malls.
You're not gonna. Oh, there's a Mickey! Mickey!
Mickey!
What?
Where are you going? Where are you going? You can't go in the mall. It's closed. They're closing the mall. You want to go back in time? Go back in time.
Let him scurry off.
Where's he trying to go?
I don't know. I don't want to pick him up because you never know.
He really wants sushi, dude. The food court's closed.
I don't think we should pick him up though. Probably would not be good.
Look how cute he is, though. I really want to
I want him to go back over in the bushes over there. Go back. Go.
No.
All right, just let him go back over to these little bushes.
Aww. Dude.
He's climbing the wall.
Mickey. me.
All right, see ya. See ya, Mortimer.
Back to the Future Mall Rat.
I'm gonna name him Mr. Peabody. He remembers when this was all farmland, as far as the eye can see.
Sorry about your barn. Look, he's still up there.
You're on the clock tower, Mr. Peabody. He's a cute little
I
guy.
think he's so cute.
Okay, I have faith he'll be all right. He's a climber. All right, let's go
That's
with.
a daytime rat, dude.
It's a daytime rat.
Every day.
Let's go drive this thing in front of the sign.
I want to play with the rat. That is amazing.
All right. We tried to drive it inside. The battery, or not battery, but the charger wasn't working. So, now charging it up here in the car, Justin has this wild random land charger. Flux capacitor.
We got to fill it up with 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
I love in the back of your car you have the old. That's a 2015 era.
Big throwback, dude.
Power of the Cobra.
And that
power of the Cobra.
That's been there since then.
Man,
Just
that's old
fading.
school.
Look at how the white and the black are becoming one color. And that's
Power of the
Taco the
Cobra.
dog, dude. Taco the dog's still hanging out back there.
Oh yeah.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
I've never taken a skateboard down this.
Dude, it's not as easy as it looks.
Now they are going to be doing another one. Some say will be the last on October 24th after midnight. So technically October 25th they do the big event out here that we have been to a number of times. I haven't been in many years to it.
I went to the very first one and I stopped by a later one.
But evidently there's rumors going around online this will be the last one. I will not be here in October, so I will not be here. In fact, I don't know when the next time I'll be in this area after I leave SoCal, so all this might be gone. But where Justin and I did that meetup was right over there in the heat. It was a little rough.
It was
But there was also another time my friend Andrew Wells had his DeLorean out here and drove Justin and I around. Remember he had the music playing and he was like doing the whole thing?
That's right.
Yeah, that's another memory here.
It's so weird. I have such a bad memory. And another time I had my buddy Oscar here. We were doing some Back to the Future stuff. I made him roll down the hill when it was all covered with ivy still. You know, do the old tuck.
That was the pictures on your website.
And he
was there.
He hit several sprinkler spouts on the way down. Got all bruised up. He was injured for the cause, dude. He was a diehard. Where's my hoverboard? It's the same bar.
It's the same bar there.
40 years.
In about 40 years.
But think about 40 years, no truck hit this, no drunk driver hit it and ruined it and they had to replace it. It's still here.
Crazy drunk driver.
Now here's a question for you.
Yes.
If they're demolishing the mall and somehow they were able to take this and go, we're going to deliver it to you on a truck, would you take it?
I have no room
Would
for
you
it.
fill your garage with this metal beam?
Maybe. I'd have to cut it down.
You could build an extension on the house using this beam.
But this is the view right here. That's the view. That's the sight line for now.
And this is the sign right here. Twin Pines Mall, Lone Pine Mall. You always see those memes on Facebook like, did you ever notice? Yes, we noticed. It's a big plot point of the movie.
Remember when you climbed up on the roof up here?
It was a different business. Was it a
It was a
Togo's?
different build. They tore it
They
down.
tore it down, our TGI Fridays, and
You were trying to get that angle where they had the crane shot there.
one time the roof was unlocked, like that little cage around the ladder.
You
And I
snuck up
climbed
there?
up there. I was trying to take pictures for BTTF tour. I was taking the pictures, and I got yelled at. I had to get down, and that picture was all blurry.
Get out of town.
It was like the old film picture.
Didn't know you did anything creative.
Well, I used to.
Yeah, I think these are pretty much stanchioned in the ground, but these are screen used. They can be seen in the movie.
Oh, they're metal.
Oh yeah, they're metal.
My modern brain is so used to the rubber ones. Oh, dude.
Yeah, DeLorean goes right by there.
Yeah, you see the F1 sign in the movie. You see it's a different sign, but same thing says F1, and they back that up when Einstein goes to the future. He goes right up next to that
Yeah,
sign.
DeLorean's parked right there.
It's crazy.
And we were just discussing how back in the day, 2015, 16, before that, when you would come out here, security would kick you off the property.
Oh,
fast. If you looked like you were a Back to the Future fan, if you had a toy DeLorean, if you're wearing a Back to the Future shirt,
disposable camera or something, and you're like taking pictures, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Especially after 9/11, it was a big deal. It was like, you can't be lingering. And then after 2015, after the we're going back, after
it all changed.
it all changed, and now there's no security at all. Look at it.
Yeah. In fact, the whole time I was in the mall, Before I've gone in the mall and they told me I can't film in the mall, there was no one in there to tell me anything.
Yeah.
So,
We just drove an RC car in there for about 30 seconds.
and then it broke down. Just like a real DeLorean.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Thought of another great moment. It was one of those late Octobers when everyone was out here. And there was a Doc impersonator out here. Dare I say the best Doc impersonator. He was at the We're Going Back up in Northern California, part 3. And he did a whole thing for me in video form right here. And explained the whole thing as Doc. Right here, in this little area. So
I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
That
You
sounds
weren't there
awesome.
that time.
No, I wasn't there for that one. Dang it.
There'll be other times, or maybe there won't.
My memory's a little rusty, but I don't think I was here for that particular occasion. It's world famous. Like,
All these cars are here for the fitness center.
no, they're here for Back to the Future.
No, but all these cars are here for that.
Yeah.
And I can remember seeing something, I think, on your website or all that before when we first started hanging out, because this has been here for a long time.
Yeah.
But you can never get a clear parking lot, empty parking lot anymore because it's 24-hour fitness. There's always cars.
The only time was during COVID. I would come up here sometimes just to get out of the house, and there was no cars.
Yeah.
I should have filmed it, but I was just running around here all the time. They raised that roof because it's a little higher than it is in the film, but that building's exactly the same. Still, look at that. That looks like an 80s mall. So cool.
All right, the remote control car is broken. Says it's fully charged, not working. And it's too small of a car to try to hit your head on the dashboard to get to work. So right here was where was it here or here where the Fox?
Right over here.
Right over here.
This sign over here.
No, the Fox photo booth.
Oh, the Fox photo booth was right here?
Or right here.
Oh, crap.
I think it was here. It was here.
No, yes.
Yeah,
Right
because he goes past here and then smashes into that. Of course, when he goes back to 55, he'd be on the Peabody farm.
Yeah.
So the reality is, I never thought of this ever, which is weird. The Peabody farmhouse would have been right there.
Why? My brain.
Right?
I don't know.
Yes, because the DeLorean goes back in time. If it doesn't go back in time, hits the
photo's right here.
right, and then keeps
Oh,
going.
you're right, because he hits the tree.
Dude, it would have. I never in all these years would have ever placed
Peabody
it.
Farm would be right where those electric
Yes.
vehicle chargers are that are pumping out 1.21 gigawatts.
That's the weirdest thing. All the times I've been here, I've never actually thought of what
never
this
thought
would
of
have been
this either.
like in 55.
So he's about to hit the photo booth,
Right here.
goes back in time, hits the tree, goes straight into the barn.
No, he hits not the tree. He hits the
He-
scarecrow.
Yeah.
The
He hits the
scarecrow.
scarecrow, you're right.
And if you slow it down frame
He
by
hits the
frame,
tree on the way out.
the scarecrow actually flies over the top of the car, and then the next frame,
It's on the car.
Michael J. Fox is yelling at the scarecrow's
Oh,
face.
well,
which
if the movie has a flaw, well, screw this and get it. I don't like movies that have flaws.
Wait, is that Doc?
Doc!
Is that scene in Doc?
Doc!
Was he gonna run him down? Like, what's that question?
The Libyans are back! They've got a Camaro!
There's a lock right there, and there's a lot of poop.
There's a lot of dead insects as well.
Yeah.
Let me just... Wait, so...
Let's just put it where it would have been.
was here,
Yeah.
across these 4 spaces, unloads the DeLorean,
There it is, right there.
goes sort of out in the...
Yeah, general area.
But it's close enough.
Dude. So there's a little flashback to when I had the VHS and I watched it 8 billion times. On the VHS, when Michael J. Fox is standing right there, he's got the skateboard, and this rolls out, and he kicks the skateboard over on its side. There's like a part where he just like kicks it, then the camera looks back, then the back of the truck goes down with all the fog. There was a glitch in my VHS, and there was a little crinkle. And I still have that etched in my head. Even when I watch it on Blu-ray and stream it and all that, I'm always waiting for that crinkle.
What?
Yeah, it's like a crinkle in my VHS tape that I watched so many times. So that's part of the movie in my mind for me.
I'm surprised you didn't break that tape, because you watched it, what, 500 times?
A lot. But I watched it probably the first 100 on that VHS. So that's how I remember that crinkle in that scene.
But it's crazy, because movie magic makes this car look a lot bigger in the film than it does here. All right, bad joke. I'm running down with the...
Oh, it's actually, I think it was a little farther this way.
Farther down. It's like
Yeah.
over here after the yellow runs out.
Oh, yeah, get the car.
Oh, yeah. Is that the mini DeLorean?
Yeah. Not me, the car.
One, but it broke.
So it was over there, parked over there. Einstein, you little devil! Gets up to 88.
Yeah, it's right here, dude. Because they back the car straight up and it goes to the F1 sign back there.
So they back it up.
Yeah, I did so much work on this on that website back in the day. I had a whole PDF diagram of everywhere the
So
car
I gave you a
went.
little shout out earlier. I started this video in the staircase that you found from part 2.
Really?
Yeah. You were the first person to find that. Now everyone
The
shows
secret
it.
leaked.
The secret leaked out.
Because, you know why? Because I found all the other spots from part 2 and they just got reposted online.
You found Jennifer's
immediately.
house as well.
And they all got reposted online immediately. SeeingStars.com stole it. Everybody stole it. So I was like, I'm just not going to publish where the staircase is and see how long it takes someone to find it honestly. And no one ever did.
This is hurting my hand.
Why?
I mean, it's not really, but it's
It
just
looks
like...
cool though. Keep
Does
doing it? Keep it jiggling, Peggy.
I like the scene when you can kind of see the stuntman dressed as a dog.
Yeah.
And there's like
That's
the
the
world's
best.
biggest dog driving the car.
You're the man now, dog.
Couple photos for posterity. Yeah, so I don't know when I'll be back. You're a local. I'm pretty much a local,
live
even
right
though I
over
live
there.
in Celebration.
What's weird is we don't know. We don't know if it's going to be gone in a month. It could be closed down. They start wrecking this. They could fence it all off, or this could sit here like as a dying Hulk for 2 years.
I know. I'm pretty sure the inside of the mall is going to be closed very soon.
Yeah, it's pretty dead.
I think this may be the thumbnail. Maybe.
You got to exaggerate thumbnails.
No, I never-
You got to do the face. That's the YouTube face.
I'm definitely not going to use
Go look
this
at all
now.
my thumbnails. You'll see every thumbnail. I'm like this.
You going to eat the car? Not you, the car, the car.
I'm just kidding. I never put my face in thumbnails. It's too ugly.
Have a good one, man. Yeah, right here's where Video Bob drove that thing. We got the video of the
Where were we
security.
coming from?
Security at that time was chasing everyone out of here
We
too.
were coming from LA. You and me were like, we gotta stop by the mall. That was my ritual. Like I had to stop by
And
the
he was
mall.
over there, and he had his trailer way over there. And I
I saw
remember
the trailer, and you were like, wait, what? There's a DeLorean in there.
I go, is there a DeLorean in there? And he goes, yes, there is. Also, I've never noticed that those mountains are over here.
Yeah.
I've never noticed those mountains
We
over
can't
there
see 'em
before.
because the smog.
Yeah. All right, 1973. General Contractors, 1973. I'm looking at this little date stamp here, but I've never walked around this side. This is,
I've never seen that. So we have a date for the mall now. Like we actually know.
well, at least this section of the mall was
Yeah,
73.
That makes sense. It looks pretty 70s. That's crazy. Pasadena way.
So this is interesting. There is a shopping cart return corral here. I don't even know why you would need a shopping cart here anymore. Please return the carts here, and they're not responsible for damage.
Here's the crazy part: is that it's obviously been here for a while. I have never seen this.
Now, I've done this in the past, and again, I don't know what the status of this section is going to be like in the future. No pun intended. I do not know when the next time I'll be in this area, and it's a possibility. The next time I am here, it might not be like this, so I'm going to drive along the track, or the section where Marty drove the DeLorean. He got the DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour. Give or take a few feet, this is the route. So he gets in the car, turns this direction, right in front of what was the JCPenney's, now 24 Hour Fitness. Dramatic music playing, he's got the stick shift, turns the car this way. The Libyans are chasing him. He goes right along this way. He's weaving. This also reminds me, another memory just came to my mind. My friend Kurt from 80s Life on YouTube 80s Life, did a video, and I was in it for a little bit. He did a whole filming location here at the mall about a year ago, I think. And I was chasing him on foot with a squirt gun as he was driving through here. He was showing this, but I'm doing it now just in case I never have the chance to do this again. Weaving along here, the DeLorean, and then turns here at this stop sign, goes around the pole this way, And from here to where I'm going to point is where the DeLorean would have fictionally got to 88 miles an hour. Getting it into gear, going quickly. What is it, about 100 yards, less than 100 yards? And right here, would have passed by Doc's van. Lightning, or the flames on the concrete. Right here. Back to 1955. And that's going to do it for today and the Back to the Future Mall. Again, I do not know what's going to happen. This could be just sitting here rotting away once it closes for a year or two, but I feel as if there's going to be some progress. And if they do put condos in here, I hope they leave this section just so the sight line with that, so you can kind of see that. And if it ends up being condos or houses or apartments, it'd be kind of nice if this section over here remained a parking lot. Just saying. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.